Hello and welcome to Sarcastic Videos. Today we're going to be talking about Fast and the Furious 8, Fate of the Furious. This movie is, just like the last few. It's big spectacle, lots of stunts, when I say stunts, I mean lots of CGI, which you can't really tell that it's CGI, but other than by what they do. But it's not practical like something like Mad Max. Like, this is a lot of crazy stuff going on. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen like the submarine. There's a submarine chase where there's cars running from subs, running from tanks on ice. It's crazy and it's fun. The last few, like ever since 3, the Tokyo Drift one, they've really gotten more crazy, more Fast and Furious, basically. And adding The Rock was a great idea. Really helped out. Brought in some added action, a lot of some levity to it too, and didn't just put it all the shoulders. Didn't put everything on Vin Diesel's shoulders as far as like the tough guy action hero. So it's really good. It's entertaining. It's one of those. It's dumb. Like, the plot, you can just throw away, basically. Like, trying to make sense out of it. You're trying to figure out why. And if you've seen the trailer, you know that Dom, played by Vin Diesel, turns on the team, and they try and find out why. But there's a lot more to it than that. There's this whole like going from one spot to the next spot to the next spot, trying to find these items that fit into the bad guy's plot. And the bad guy is Charlize Theron, who's really good in this. Kurt Russell is back as Mr. Nobody, joined by Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, and he has more of a role in this than he did in Suicide Squad, that's for sure. But he's very, the movie is fun. It seems almost to the point where it's more The Rock than Vin Diesel, because The Rock had more moments, but it's hard to tell. I think it was more half and half. And this time, for some reason, which they don't really get into a whole lot, Jason Statham is on their team. And if you remember from the last movie, Jason Statham killed Han. So for them to be teaming up and like joking with each other does not make a lot of sense. There's a few things in this where you're like, why did that happen? And they never explain, and it's frustrating a little bit. But other than that, the action's great, the jokes are funny, and it's more of just watching, cars do crazy things. And, things you would, if you saw it in real life, you would be amazed by, but seeing it on a Fast and Furious movie, it's like, okay, that's cool. And they do some unique things. It is interesting, but like I said, the Jason Statham thing it is a little bit of a distraction where you're constantly asking, like, why are they teaming with this guy? What's going on? When are they gonna talk about Han? But they never really do. In the beginning, and again, this is in the trailer. There's a prison escape scene, and The Rock is just like, he rips cement from the walls. He's tossing guys around like he's a superhero. It's really crazy the amount of strength they show him having, which is something I don't think they've ever really shown in the Fast and Furious movies. Like, they're basically showing that he has like the strength of 10 men almost, which makes it weird that Dom beat him in the one movie they had together, where they were on opposite sides and fought, because this is like, they've turned him into this monster basically. Like, I think, I wasn't sure if this is the last movie or the movie before, where he was basically carrying around that big Gatling gun that he tore off a helicopter. Like, at this point, if he picked up a car and threw it a city block, I would not be surprised, because that's the kind of strength they're showing him have in these movies, which is interesting. And the other members of the team are there, but it's mostly The Rock, Jason Statham, and Vin Diesel. A little bit less, but Michelle Rodriguez has some parts in it. The rest of the team, though, like Tyrese and Ludacris, they're barely in it. They have some lines, they have some things to do, but not in it very much at all. And there's a couple of cameos. Helen Mirren is in it. A couple of people from the past movies are in it. But for the most part, it's those people I've mentioned. And it is good. It's entertaining. There's a fight on the plane. There's a prison escape. There's martial arts with Jason Statham, which he really brings to the role. And of course, there's lots of driving, crazy cars. For the most part, actually, they're just fast cars. But there's also there's a little mini tank. There's some Hummers. There's if you've seen this in the trailer where Tyrese is driving like a Ferrari on ice. It doesn't have snow tires, I guess. And overall, there is that submarine chase. So it is good. It's very entertaining. It's very fun. It's a good popcorn movie. Don't think about the plot. Just watch it and watch it for what you see on the screen, not the plot, basically. So I would rate this an 8 out of 10. It's a fun movie. If it had more plot to it, maybe it'd be a 9 or a 10. But for what it is, it's pretty entertaining. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, or all the above. Thank you, and have a nice day.